All right, let's start easy, on purpose. I want you relaxed here, because if these make sense, everything else in financial statements becomes much easier. Question 1. A company reports the following for the year. Sales revenue is $150,000. Cost of goods sold is $90,000. Operating expenses are $30,000. The question is simple. What is gross profit and what is net income? Let's do this step by step. First, gross profit. Gross profit is sales minus cost of goods sold. So we take $150,000, subtract $90,000. That gives us $60,000 of gross profit. Pause right here and remember this. Gross profit only cares about sales and COGS. Operating expenses do not belong here. Now we move to net income. Net income starts with gross profit. So we take that $60,000 and now we subtract operating expenses, $30,000. $60,000 minus $30,000 equals $30,000. So the final answers are gross profit, $60,000, net income, $30,000. And here's an exam tip you must remember. Gross profit never includes operating expenses. Ever. Now let's do another one. Still easy, but slightly different. Question 2. A company reports sales revenue of $80,000, cost of goods sold of $50,000. No operating expenses are given. The question asks, what is gross profit? This is a confidence check. We take sales, $80,000, minus COGS, $50,000. Gross profit is $30,000. And here's the key lesson. If operating expenses are not given, you stop at gross profit. You do not guess. You do not assume. You only use what's provided. That discipline alone saves points on exams. Now let's add one more, very exam-friendly. Question 3. A company reports sales revenue, $100,000. Cost of goods sold, $40,000. Operating expenses, $35,000. Let's go slowly. First, gross profit. Sales minus COGS. 100,000 minus 40,000 equals 60,000. Now net income. Gross profit minus operating expenses. 60,000 minus 35,000 equals 25,000. So here's what I want you to notice. Every income statement question flows in the same order. Sales minus COGS equals gross profit minus operating expenses equals net income. If you follow the flow, the question solves itself. Let me give you one final exam reminder before we move on. Sales create gross profit. Expenses reduce net income. And if you mix those up, the whole statement falls apart. If these questions feel easy, that's exactly where you should be. Now we're ready to level up. All right, now let's step into medium-level questions. These are the questions where students usually know the topic, but lose points because they rush or mix categories. We're going to slow it down and make the logic automatic. Question 1. A company reports the following for the year. Sales revenue, $200,000. Cost of goods sold, $120,000. Operating expenses, $50,000. Interest expense, $5,000. Income tax expense, $10,000. The question asks for net income. Let's build this step by step, no skipping. First, gross profit. Sales minus cost of goods sold. 200,000 minus 120,000 equals $80,000. That's gross profit. Now we subtract operating expenses. 80,000 minus 50,000 equals $30,000. At this point, we are at operating income. Now subtract interest expense. 30,000 minus 5,000 equals 25,000. Now subtract income tax expense. 25,000 minus 10,000 equals $15,000. So net income is $15,000. Here's the exam tip. Always move top to bottom on the income statement. If you jump around, mistakes happen. Now let's do one where information is missing, very common on exams. Question 2. A company reports gross profit of $70,000, operating expenses of $45,000, interest expense of $5,000. No sales or COGS are given. The question asks, what is net income, ignoring taxes? Start where the information starts. Gross profit is already given, so we take 70,000, subtract operating expenses. 70,000 minus 45,000 equals 25,000. Now subtract interest expense. 25,000 minus 5,000 equals $20,000. That is net income. Here's the key lesson. You don't need sales to calculate net income if gross profit is given. Use what you're given. Ignore what's missing. Now let's add a medium-level trick. Question 3. A company reports sales revenue, $150,000. Cost of goods sold, $90,000. Selling expenses, $20,000. Administrative expenses, $15,000. The question asks for operating income. First, gross profit, sales minus COGS. 150,000 minus 90,000 equals 60,000. Now combine operating expenses. Selling expenses plus administrative expenses. 20,000 plus 15,000 equals 35,000. Now subtract operating expenses from gross profit. 60,000 minus 35,000 equals $25,000. That is operating income. Exam tip you must remember. Selling and administrative expenses are both operating expenses. They are never part of COGS. Let's finish with one confidence builder. Question 4. A company reports net income of $30,000. Interest expense was $5,000. Income tax expense was $10,000. The question asks, what was operating income? We reverse the flow. Start with net income. Add back income tax expense. 30,000 plus 10,000 equals 40,000. Now add back interest expense. 40,000 plus 5,000 equals $45,000. That is operating income. Here's the mindset shift. Income statement questions work forward and backward. If you understand the flow, direction doesn't matter. Let me leave you with this medium-level rule. If you can clearly separate gross profit, operating income, and net income, you are already ahead of most students. Now, we're ready for hard and tricky questions next. All right, now we move into hard questions. These are not hard because of math. They're hard because of classification and logic. If you stay calm and follow the structure, these become manageable. Question 1. A company reports the following. Sales revenue, $300,000. Beginning inventory, $40,000. Purchases, $180,000. Ending inventory, $50,000. Selling expenses, $30,000. Administrative expenses, $20,000. Interest expense, $10,000. The question asks for net income, ignoring taxes. This question tests inventory logic, not memory. First, calculate cost of goods sold. Beginning inventory plus purchases minus ending inventory. 40,000 plus 180,000 minus 50,000. That equals $170,000. Now calculate gross profit. Sales minus cost of goods sold. 300,000 minus 170,000 equals 130,000. Now combine operating expenses. Selling expenses plus administrative expenses. 30,000 plus 20,000 equals 50,000. Subtract operating expenses. 130,000 minus 50,000 equals 80,000. Now subtract interest expense. 80,000 minus 10,000 equals $70,000. That is net income. Here's the exam tip. Inventory never appears directly on the income statement, but it controls COGS. Now let's increase the difficulty. Question 2. A company reports. Operating income of $60,000. Interest expense of $8,000. Income tax expense of $12,000. Additionally, depreciation expense of $15,000 is included in operating expenses. The question asks, what is net income? Start at operating income. Operating income already includes depreciation. Do not adjust it. Now subtract interest expense. 60,000 minus 8,000 equals 52,000. Now subtract income tax expense. 52,000 minus 12,000 equals $40,000. That is net income. Here's the trap. Students try to remove depreciation. Never remove depreciation unless the question tells you to. It is a real expense on the income statement. Now let's test reversal logic. Question 3. A company reports net income of $45,000, income tax expense of $15,000, interest expense of $10,000. Operating expenses total $60,000. The question asks, what was gross profit? Start from net income and move upward. Add back income tax expense. 45,000 plus 15,000 equals 60,000. Add back interest expense. 60,000 plus 10,000 equals 70,000. That is operating income. Now add operating expenses. 70,000 plus 60,000 equals $130,000. That is gross profit. Exam tip. When going backward, add expenses back one layer at a time. Never jump directly to sales. Now the hardest style, mixed logic. Question 4. A company reports sales revenue of $250,000, gross margin of 40%, operating expenses total $55,000, interest expense is $5,000. The question asks for net income, ignoring taxes. First, find gross profit. Gross margin means gross profit divided by sales. 40% of $250,000 equals $100,000. Now subtract operating expenses. 100,000 minus 55,000 equals 45,000. Now subtract interest expense. 45,000 minus 5,000 equals $40,000. That is net income. Key exam tip. Margins always apply to sales, not costs. Let me lock this level in. Hard questions are about inventory flow, expense classification, reversing the income statement, resisting distractions. If you can calmly solve these, you're already exam ready. Next, we go into very tricky questions where professors try to confuse you on purpose. All right, welcome to what I call the exam trap level. These questions are not actually difficult. What makes them dangerous is that they're designed to catch students who rush. And on exams, rushing is the fastest way to lose easy points. If you slow down and think like an accountant, you win, every time. Let's start. Trap question 1. Classification confusion. A company reports sales revenue of $200,000. Cost of goods sold is $110,000. Selling expenses include advertising of $12,000. Administrative salaries total $18,000, and dividends paid were $10,000. The question asks for net income. Now pause, because this is where many students fall into the trap. Dividends are not an expense. They never appear on the income statement, so we ignore them completely. Now we calculate. First, sales minus cost of goods sold. 200,000 minus 110,000 gives us $90,000 of gross profit. Next, operating expenses. Advertising is $12,000. Administrative salaries are $18,000. Together, that's $30,000. Now subtract operating expenses from gross profit. 90,000 minus 30,000 equals $60,000. That's your net income. And lock this into your brain. Dividends reduce equity, not income. If you touch dividends on the income statement, the answer is wrong. Now let's move to trap question 2, accrual versus cash. This one shows up everywhere. A company reports cash collected from customers of $140,000. Beginning accounts receivable was $20,000. Ending accounts receivable is $30,000. The question asks for sales revenue. This is not a cash question. This is an accrual question. So we use accrual logic. Sales revenue equals cash collected plus ending receivables minus beginning receivables. So we take 140,000, add 30,000, and subtract 20,000. That gives us $150,000 of sales revenue. Trap avoided. Here's the mindset that saves you. Cash is about timing. Revenue is about performance. Now let's go to trap question 3, expense timing. A company paid $12,000 in insurance this year, but $6,000 of that relates to next year. The question asks, what is insurance expense this year? Only expense what belongs to the current period. So we take $12,000 paid, subtract $6,000 prepaid. That leaves $6,000 of insurance expense. And here's the reminder that professors love to test. Payment does not equal expense. Timing matters. Now the last one, and this is a classic. Trap question 4, multi-step income statement confusion. A company reports sales of $300,000, COGS of $180,000, operating expenses of $70,000, and a loss on sale of equipment of $10,000. The question asks for operating income. Stop right there. Loss on sale of equipment is non-operating, so we ignore it for operating income. Now calculate. Sales minus COGS gives us $120,000 of gross profit. Subtract operating expenses. $120,000 minus $70,000 equals $50,000. That is operating income. The loss affects net income, not operating income. And this rule will save you again and again. Operating income ignores financing and asset sales. Let me leave you with the final exam survival rule. Exam trap questions do not test intelligence. They test discipline. If you read slowly, classify carefully, ignore emotional wording, and follow the structure of the financial statements, you will beat them. And at this point, you're not just prepared, you're dangerous. In a good way.